Well, forget about the trade war. The richest people in the world keep coming to Trump Tower, and they all keep walking away very happy. In fact, just this morning, Donald Trump, well, he met with China's Jack Ma. He's worth $27 billion. And then there's France's Bernard Arnault. He's worth $40 billion. Almost $70 billion. Two men, the richest in their country, walking away from Trump Tower. Let's discuss it with Noelle, Nikpour, and Emily Jashinsky. Emily, let me ask you first. You know, I do find it amazing that you had Carlos Slim, the richest man in Mexico, one of the, I guess he's in the top 5 of the world. You had Sun from Japan, who's making a pledge out of this world. And then, of course, today you have one of the richest men in China and the richest man in France. I mean, this is the antithesis of being on the brink of a trade war, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think what's interesting about this is when I hear, like you said, $70 billion combined, what I hear when those facts come out is incredible potential for job creation. And interestingly, what we've heard come out of these meetings is pledges to create jobs for American workers. So I think this is actually a really refreshing pivot from the years of you didn't build that and Dodd-Frank and regulations and regulations and regulations. I'm actually really glad that President-elect Trump seems to be prioritizing improving these relationships in a way that is going to benefit the American worker. So we'll have to see what happens, but I think this is positive.
Positive? I mean, this is, Noelle, you deal with rich people all the time. But these are the richest of the rich, and they are from all over the world. What I also notice, guys, with them, they're all self-made. Yeah. You know, Sun from Japan is an orphan. Yeah. You know, Arnault inherited a small company from his father, construction. I mean, they're all self-made men. They understand what it takes to build empires, and they are all buying into the Trump dream.
You know, and another thing is Bernard Arnault is a little bit like Donald Trump in a way because his daughter is very high up. She's like vice president of LVMH, Louis Vuitton, Monet, Hennessy. And I think that it is it's very unique how the dynamics between the Trump family and the Arnault family, and as you know, Carlos Slim, his family works with him. I'm not sure about Jack Ma, but I think that the dynamics with all these billionaires and their families that work very close to the vest in the company is a very neat thing. And as far as Bernard Arnault, he is actually looking at expanding into
well, you mentioned North Carolina.
Yeah, which is huge, and the Midwest, right, which is very, very interesting.
And Jack Ma mentioned Jack Ma mentioned the Midwest. 1 million U.S. jobs are. It's just to me absolutely amazing. I'm starting to feel like this is the beginning of the Roaring '20s, you know, where the business of America was business. and if the pundits don't get it, it's too bad, because the richest, smartest people in the world, they seem to be getting it.
Right, and what's interesting is I actually think that the idea of having a businessman in the White House was kind of a pipe dream of so many Americans, someone who just understands it, who's able to negotiate exactly like President-elect Trump is already doing. I feel like that was kind of a fantasy or a pipe dream of so many people who just wanted a business person in there to get things done for workers, and he hasn't even been inaugurated yet, and we're seeing the fruits of the benefits of someone who understands business in the White House. The man hasn't even been inaugurated, so things are looking great for America. I agree with you that it is looking like we're on the brink of, you know, some good days for the American worker.
You know, he, of course, to Emily's point, hasn't been inaugurated yet. He's not even president yet, and yet you have these pledges, multi-billion-dollar pledges, and pledges of bringing thousands and creating thousands of jobs here. Foreign direct investment in this country fell off a cliff after President Obama was inaugurated. We went from $300 billion a year to about $100 billion. Think about if we can bring that back, Noelle, an extra $150, $200 billion a year. That's better than any tax scheme out there. Well,
and a lot of people that didn't like Donald Trump will like him now. And if you think about it, Donald Trump, it's almost like he has acquired America as a corporation, and he is trimming the fat, and he is going to create profit, meaning jobs, job creation. So if you look at it from a business point of view, take away government. He's not operating the United States like a government entity. He's almost operating it like a business, like you do like at Bain Capital when Romney takes over, you know, corporations, right, and you break them down, right, and you get rid of bad things and you keep the good and you promote. It's almost like what he's done.
It's a revelation. Ladies, thank you all both very much. Appreciate it.